Hey guys, Dustin DeCrew here. We're at the final day of the ATA show 2017. I'm here with Tim Gillingham and Levi Morgan. We're at the Gold Tip booth. We've got a couple new products. I'm going to let you guys talk about them because that's kind of your neighborhood.
Well, what we have new for this year at Gold Tip, what we're really excited about is we're the first company to offer a factory Fletch. I've been a big advocate of Fletch for many, many years. We finally have it available in our new Valkrie arrow. The Valkrie is built on the Velocity platform. I know Levi's hunted with that arrow quite a bit. I have it as well. It's a new decorated shaft. This Fletch pattern is also available in all our top grade hunting arrows. So whether you shoot and prefer the kinetic chaos, or you prefer the platinum pierce, or a pro hunter, or a Velocity Pro. So we're excited for that arrow. I think it's going to be a big hit. It's a very attractive arrow.
It does look good.
Yeah. I think it'll resonate, well with people. What do you think about that, Levi?
Yeah, I've shot the Velocities hunting forever. I just love that the light, the base, so you can add point weight. You can kind of balance it the way you want to balance it. With the Fletch, which is great when you shoot dropaways. What I like about it most is that you can use a little lower profile vane when you put four Fletches on there, which is a little quieter downrange and more stability and everything. So Tim's always been a big advocate of Fletch, really open eyes to a lot of people on that. So I think it's a big deal. Super good looking arrow, and the Velocity is probably my favorite. If I had to pick one arrow to do everything with, that's probably the one I'd pick. Yeah.
No, that's an awesome question. There's a lot of people actually ask that on the forum. If you could pick one arrow for everything, what would it be? There's your answer from Levi. Tim, what's yours?
My favorite arrow, well, I have a little unique situation. I have a long draw length, so I'm kind of stuck. If I'd make my own probably, but I really honestly, I love the new Pierce. I mean, I like the fact that the new Pierce arrows, and they were super popular last year. Again, the same reason Levi stated, you have a lightweight platform. I normally hunt with about 75 pounds. I have a 33.5-inch draw length. I use an overdraw to cut my arrows down to get them stiffer. So I run a 250 spine Pierce. Well, it gives me an arrow light enough where I actually can still generate some speed, but with the Pierce, we have a very, fairly heavy insert system. So you have a 43 grain insert system on average that gives you that FOC right off the bat. That ensures you're going to get good broadhead accuracy. It ensures you're going to get good long range performance, especially in the wind. And a lot of times I'm building setups for hunting that function really well. It's just my nature. It's just my nature to want to just push things to the 10th degree and to build setups that are just tack drivers at 100, 120 yards. And whether I shoot an animal at long distances or not, it just makes the short stuff just psychologically a slam dunk. So this year, off of the success of the Pierce, we've actually, I'm really excited about this arrow. This is a new Pierce tour, but I'm also excited about the fact that the company's got behind us in our engineering, and we have actually a completely new process on the Pierce arrow that's being introduced into the Pierce arrow. This is the first arrow in our line to be sorted by 3 lasers rather than the one AMO standard laser in the middle. We have a new process that we're building this under that should yield extremely straight shafts. The stuff that I've seen coming in is just, this is the straightest arrow I've ever seen. It's just super straight. The platinums are just so much better even than they were last year. All of our arrows are weight sorted. I think our component lines are the best in the business, and the Pierce Tour was designed for target archery and to meet that need. You're still going to get a lot of guys that are going to want to hunt with it. You're going to have to buy your components separate if you're going to do that, but I think the Pierce Platinums are plenty adequate, especially with the new improvements on it. If you look here closely, you've got a new pin knock available for this year. That's in response to the new high-performance bows on the market that are spreading the little pin knocks. I don't know about Levi, but I really love pin knocks. I love the system. I love a real rigid knock. It seems to be a lot easier for me to maintain my equipment that way. So, what do you think about this new arrow, Levi?
Yeah, well, see, I hunted with the Pierce Platinums last year a little bit, especially like on my western hunts where it was going to be longer shots, more windy conditions, caribou, sheep, stuff like that, even elk. It's a little smaller diameter for the wind, just like he was talking about. And I was super impressed with him. I shot, like you were saying, me and you were going back and forth on social media a little bit with Secret Shoot the best groups at 120. I remember that. And those are some pretty stellar groups we were shooting with broadheads, and that's something that's pretty hard to do. And like he was talking about, when you have that light base like that light platform, it allows you way more flexibility to tune them. when you start out with a really heavy base like that, you're limited because you want to keep that decent speed. So you're limited what you can do with point weight, you're limited what you can do with vanes. So when you start with a light platform and a small diameter like that, I mean, it's pretty much endless. You should be able to tune that to your setup because you can add weight, take it away. You got a lot to play with, still keep your speed up. So
yeah, it's hard to reach. It's really hard to reach distance if you can't generate any speed.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and one thing that I really like, you know, in what I do is with the animal side of stuff, is the hunting side, is small diameters. You know, the penetration guys overlook. A lot of guys are shooting big mechanical heads. In a small diameter arrow shaft helps a lot with that. So
it helps. It does help a little bit. You know, it's kind of the fad too, and sometimes you got to play to the fads and what people want. For the whitetail hunters, I mean, I have a hard time beating a pro hunter. I mean, I just think it's simple. Sure. You do have to understand broadhead alignment. You have to understand some of those technical things. I mean, one of the things I think that we offer at Gold Tip, and why I answer that question, why Gold Tip, is we have such a good team in place, a good customer service team in place at Gold Tip. You're going to get good information. We're going to teach you how to tune your arrows. We're going to teach you how to fine-tune your arrows. I mean, it's just like reloading ammunition. You can buy a certain level of accuracy, but you can also, if you really want to build your own arrows and stuff, we can teach you how to build the very best arrows that you can possibly build. So,
well, there you have it, guys, from the Gold Tip booth. Final day here at the ATA with Levi Morgan and Tim Gillingham. Thanks. We'll see you next time.